Race 2 is about to get underway here at Brands Hatch for the Raceparts Historic 750 Formula, and it's Christian Pedersen on pole position. He was third in race 1. Christian, you're on pole for this one. You said you should have won the first race. Can you take it away this time?
I really hope so. I'm gonna try not to get so much wheel spin as I did in the at the first start, and hopefully to get a clean getaway.
That's the key here at Brands Hatch. It's such a short and twisty circuit. Once you go behind, it's difficult to make all that place. That's
it. And my car is not really suited for tight narrow track like this. It's a bit more. It enjoys longer straights where I can use the horsepower a bit more.
Well, you'll be getting out a bit later in the season. We'll go to the likes of Snetterton and Silverstone. But for now, you got this one to think about. Good luck.
Oh, thank you very much.
Cheers. So, with that, for the final time this weekend, I'll hand you up to Andy McEwen.
Yeah, thanks very much, Anthony. Grid decided this time by second fastest lap times in qualifying, so it's Pedersen and Mile row 1, then Thruston and Depper row 2, our race 1 winner. But this is going to be, I hope, a rematch of what we saw in race number 1. We may be missing 1 or 2 towards the back. I believe that Greg and Thruston, James Miles and Kerry Hoare potentially will be non-starters after mechanical dramas in race 1, but I'm really hoping that we see a repeat of the Ben Mile and Martin Depper scrap, and maybe Christian Pedersen pole could stay with them this time. Let's see as the lights go out. We're away and racing for the second time this season in the Raceparts Historic 750 Formula Series, and as he did in race 1, it's Christian Pedersen who gets the best start from pole and leads down into towards Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. On board there with Jonathan Sadler briefly in about 6-ish, but it's all getting quite busy through the midfield there. They make their way out through Paddock Hill Bend towards Druids again. There is our race 1 winner Martin Depper by 3/100ths of a second. Rarely has there been a historic 750 Formula race decided by such a small margin, and that was the spectacle we were treated to in race 1. Oh dear, that was very sideways there for Pedersen, though. He said he wanted to avoid the wheel spin that he had at the start of race 1. Well, there was some wheel spin there as he got on the power out of Graham Hill Bend. There's Trevor Slatter inside of Nigel Howard, and that's who made into Surtees. Trevor, unfortunately, had that mechanical drama in race 1 that put him out early doors. Let's hope that car makes it to the end this time, because he's definitely got podium potential. And there, the number 23 car next in line, which is Lincoln Thruston, who is down in about 6th or 7th position at the moment. So they streak across the start-finish line at the end of lap number 1 in another 13 minutes plus 1 lap race, so we would anticipate we'll get to the 14 lap mark there or thereabouts again this time. Whoops, sideways there, that was close for Nigel Howard as he came out of Paddock Hill Bend. Cars running on treaded tyres, of course, and historic treaded tyres at that, so they don't give the most grip, and if you do exceed the limits of adhesion, it can get quite a spectacular slide on down the hill into Graham Hill Bend. Oh, Trevor Slatter there, exceeding track limits no doubt out of Graham Hill Bend. In fact, a few of them just dipping out the wrong side of that curb. 62 there, which was Jonathan Sadler at the tail end of that group, who we were just riding on board with. One of those who just dip a wheel or two. The wrong side of the curb going out to Graham Hill Bend. Keep doing that, you'll be given a 5-second time penalty. If you do it again, you'll be given a 10-second time penalty. If you keep doing it, and the clerk of course has had enough, then they can bring you into the pit lane and force you to be disqualified from the race. So hopefully that won't happen. Just goes to show the drivers really are trying. Across the start-finish line goes this Howard and Sadler battle into Paddock Hill Bend, and Sadler goes through. Actually, just drives straight around the outside. That was made to look a little bit easier than I expected. Nigel Howard in the HCS gives the place up to the Centaur. And as they head now down towards the right-hander at Druids, it is going to be the number 2 machine that has seized the position. There's our leading 3 though, and as we saw at the start of race 1, it's all been about this, well, at the start of the race, Christian Pedersen, but then his pace seemed to fade partway through the first race, allowing first of all Ben Mile through, and then Martin Depper, and then of course Martin Depper and Ben Mile swapped the lead several times. Could this be the first of our lead changes in this one though? Ben Mile is up alongside Christian Pedersen going down towards the start-finish line. Oh dear, we've got a car stopping here on the run up towards the top of the hill. Now, who is this, I wonder? It could be Mike Peck, that I think, in the Austin 7. I think I saw a number 75 on the side of the car. That's just on this part of the circuit. Has he dropped any fluid, I wonder, on the track? That will be the next question to be answered. But the leaders, it is still Pedersen who leads the way. Miles second, and still Martin Depper here, who we're on board with in third position. Dropping down the hill now into the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. Runs a bit wide over the curb there. Does Pedersen? He's determined to try and hang on to this. He said to Anthony pre-race that he's looking forward to more high-speed circuits. This is a fairly high-speed circuit, but it's not the sort of high-speed circuit that he means. He wants a circuit with lots of long straights like Snetterton or Silverstone, not with lots of braking zones and corners, because that car, the Austin 7, is a little bit heavier than the likes of the Grell and the Centaur behind him. And so he's going to find it difficult perhaps to find the ultimate pace in that car, but he's doing well at the moment, holding on to the lead, and with that straight line speed advantage that he has, he's able to be far enough ahead going into Paddock Hill Bend that it takes pretty much the rest of the lap for anybody to catch him. Back up Hailwood Hill we go, underneath the Brands Hatch Bridge, defensive line taken by Pedersen, so this time they are a bit closer to him as they arrive at Druids. Martin Depper still in behind. We can see that Ben Mile is getting a little bit frustrated here, weaving this way and that, trying to find a way past. Into the left-hander of Graham Hill Bend he goes, whoops, oh no, Martin Depper's off! Into the barriers, heavily into the barriers there for Martin Depper, and he is furious with himself. Well, that is typical racing driver mentality, isn't it? He's just had a huge hit into the wall, the likes of which would have left me dazed and confused for weeks. And before the car's even come to a rest, he's shouting and swearing at himself inside the helmet because he's just damaged his priceless race car. Well, there we go. That is a real shame for our Race 1 winner. You could see that he was pushing to try and keep in touch with the top two. Just got a wheel out onto the AstroTurf coming out of Graham Hill Bend, and that spat the car across the road into the tyre barriers on the left-hand side, and unfortunately he is out of the race. So Christian Pedersen and Ben Mile are now left on their own at the front of the field, and as they dive up the inside of a back marker there, the lighter, more nimble Grell is able to just carry a bit more speed. But the red flag has come out. That must be as a result of the off that we've had for Martin Depper. Although we've had a few of the cars that have stopped at the side of the track, I don't think they're in as dangerous position as this. Look at the impact there. That was a real hit. And then the gesticulations are particularly amusing. I know we shouldn't laugh really, but clearly we felt it was okay. Right, restart time. We're away again, and this will be over a shortened distance now for this restarted race. Christian Pedersen from pole position again gets a good start as they make their way up towards the first corner of Paddock Hill Bend. Second place still for Ben Mile, then Lyndon Truston here trying to go around the outside of Trevor Slatter for third. Lyndon's actually benefited out of this red flag situation quite well because he dropped a long way off the back of the leaders, having not made a great start to the first attempt to start this race, but he is now into third place, and also around the outside is coming in Nigel Howard. So Trevor Slatter, who was on for a fairly comfortable fourth position before the red flag came out, unfortunately that's now falling by the wayside rather. Back to Graham Hill Bend, Pedersen leads the way, then Miles second, and Lyndon Truston going with them here, isn't he, in the historic 750 DNC. Trevor Slatter and Nigel Howard side by side again as Trevor tries to retake the position into Surtees. He had the inside line, but that's not always a guarantee of making the move sticking towards Surtees. Christian Pedersen wasn't able to escape Ben Mile on the first attempt to run this race. I don't see any reason why he'll be able to escape now, and indeed up in the distance I can see that Mile had drawn himself alongside as they headed out across the start-finish line. Slippery surface flag being shown now, so someone's left some oil down with some cement dust in the pit straight as well. Nigel Howard on his way towards Paddock Hill Bend, chasing down the leading contenders in front of him. He's in fourth. There are the leaders. Ben Mile then, despite getting alongside Pedersen onto the pit straight, that Austin 7 is quick in a straight line and seemed able to fend him off, and indeed was able to fend him off. There goes the 62 car of Jonathan Sandler. Then this little battle going on, which we saw very briefly, which was Paul Lawrence, I think, going to be inside of Mike Whitby in the Jeffrey Mark 1. Trevor Slatter now in fourth place, and Lyndon Truston, having initially gone with the leading two, I think he's now starting to just slip backwards ever so slightly into the clutches of Trevor Slatter. This could be the battle for third, to be watching over the remainder of the race. He was off in the distance there, Pedersen and Mile. Truston jostling away with the wheel there, really trying to get a good run out of the corner. In front of us though, we can see the leaders were side by side again as we check back in a bit further down the order here with a few of the cars we haven't really seen much of. That's number 30, which was Tim Mile, who was retirement, a late retirement in race number 1, and that car number 5 is Michael Harvey. He is running third within Class A, but Alistair Freyland-Cork again is fairly comfortably the class leader with a few of the Class D cars between himself and his nearest Class A rival. Back with Trevor Slatter here in third position, trying to find a way ahead, but I think he'll be ahead of us. We can see a lead change. Ben Mile has got himself ahead of Christian Pedersen. Yes, there we go, Ben Mile into the race lead. Pedersen has had to give second best on this occasion to Ben Mile, who already is streaking ahead, actually. In fact, there's a problem. There's a problem for Christian Pedersen. So Pedersen's car crawling to a halt by the looks of it as it made its way through Surtees. It's a real shame. He was doing such a good job of hanging on to the lead. That now, though, means that this has become the fight for second place. And look at this. Trevor Slatter is going to try and go through on the exit of Clearways. He gets himself alongside. He gets himself ahead. So Trevor Slatter into... well, goes from fourth to second in essentially 2 corners. Great stuff. Lyndon Thrusten, though, is going to get back in the slipstream now, down towards the first corner. These 2 cars looking fairly similar, but Thrusten's is the DNC. Trevor Slatter the Centaur, and it's DNC that moves in front. So into second place again goes Lyndon Thrusten. Could Trevor fight back again, though, on the run up towards the right-hander at Druids? Having a little look to the inside. Late on the brakes. Oh, don't bang wheels. This could get expensive. On the inside line, Trevor Slatter manages to hold on to the line, but not to the position. Lyndon Thrusten, I think, with the inside line for Graham Hill Bench, should be able to stay ahead. Great wheel-to-wheel racing we're being treated to up and down the order in this Raceparts Historic 750 Formula Series. Trevor Slatter again, though, he's quicker off the corner, look. Gets the look up the inside in towards Surtees. Lyndon Thrusten leaves in room and Slatter's back through. Brilliant racing here between these 2. The speeds may not be breakneck, but the racing is as intense as anything else you're likely to see. And this is why everyone really is so fond of the Historic 750 Formula Series, not only because of the history and the heritage that it contains, but because on their day they are still more than capable of producing some cracking wheel-to-wheel action. We hope we see more of this as the year goes on. They were side by side again then into Paddock Hill Bend, but the race leader, Ben Mile, is continuing to extend his advantage now. It's a shame really, that we've lost his 2 nearest rivals from the first race, Christian Pedersen and Martin Depper. Lyndon Thrusten is back into second place now. That's what we saw there, but I believe we are on the final lap of the race, and Ben Mile is heading down the Cooper Straight. He just puts a lap there on the number 4 car of Simon Gallen in his Austin 7. For Ben Mile, he came oh so close to winning race 1, missing out by just 3/100ths of a second. This time around, things have ended up being a little bit more comfortable for him, but he still had some work to do off the first start of the race and even off the restart to find a way past Christian Pedersen. But Ben Mile is going to come through to win round number 2 of the Raceparts Historic 750 Formula Series. Checkered flag goes the way of car number 14, and he wins the race by nearly 9 seconds over Lyndon Thrusten in second and Trevor Slatter third. Then Jonathan Sadler, Nigel Howard, Paul Lawrence, Mike Whitby, Alistair Fraden Cork wins Class A again, ahead of Simon Dedman, the leading Class D runner. Non-finishers from that one: Christian Pedersen, Kevin Welsh, Charlie Plain-Jones, Andrew Rayner and Martin Depper, of course, whose accident brought out the early red flag. We also lost Graham Thrusten, James Miles and Kerry Horan before the race started, whilst Martin Depper, before his retirement, set the fastest lap.
Ben, you're having a fantastic scrap with Christian most of the race. Unfortunately, something went on his car, but it's been a fantastic haul of points for you this weekend.
Yeah, it has. It's been really great, a really encouraging start to the season. I'm really happy with the car. Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Lyndon, the first race was relatively quiet for you. This was anything but.
Yeah, first race was lonely. This one was really exciting. Pushing each other to the limit on every single corner, nose to tail, really good battle.